Hello, welcome back to another video. Today I'm just going to run you through the new Tailfin Speedpack, and this is a new release. You've probably seen it everywhere over the last couple of days, but I've been lucky enough to be using this pre-launch, and I've been running some of the prototypes over the past couple of years. So in this video I thought I'd give you a quick run through this pack, show you some of the prototypes which kind of informed this final design, and then kind of just compare it to the cargo pack, which is the high volume pack, and sort of discuss why I would or wouldn't use either pack for a bikepacking race or trip. So here we go. So the Speedpack, as I said, is the new pack from Tailfin. So it fits on the arch. This is the carbon arch, and basically it's a smaller volume pack, so it's 10 litres as opposed to 20 litres for the other one, and I guess it's kind of more of a racy pack. All really good for bikes with smaller clearance. So I've recently used this in the Alps Divide, and yeah, it was really good. When you're running like a lighter setup for a bikepacking race, it's quite good. The one, well, it's a plus side and a downside of the cargo pack is that you have the space, so you quite often tend to fill it, which can mean you end up carrying quite a lot of extra stuff. But this kind of really makes you think about pack decisions. Also, I use it on my gravel bike quite often. I think it just suits the aesthetic of a gravel bike a bit more. Looks a bit speedier, clues in the name there, and yeah, I used it on my recent trip when I cycled across to Dresden from Poland, and yeah, really nice bit of kit, loads of space on the top for food. So this is quite often what I use this section for. Loads of food. You go to the shop, resupply, shove it in the top there, and it expands up. I think it's an extra 3 litres on the top in this mesh, and it's pretty secure as well. So in a race, I put my race tracker in there. I have no worries about it falling out. There's a bit of a fold in the end here, so things don't sort of slide out. And yeah, really nice piece of kit. But it's been in development for, well, probably the first time I used something similar that would inform this was the end of 2022 in the Atlas Mountain race. And that was this. This is the, I don't even know if this has a name. You would have seen it before on some of my other videos. It's actually informed quite a few designs. So this was one of the original packs with the mesh on the side. So eventually these pockets morphed into the mesh that you now see on the cargo pack. But the idea was to get a slightly compacter and smaller pack for racing. And this ended up having a roll at either end. I found that I never actually used this front end, and yeah, I guess that was the origins of the Speedpack, and then it developed. I mean, a number of riders have been using these packs or evolutions of these packs over the years. I had this one here. So this was kind of one of the prototype stages of the pack, and you can see it's very similar in terms of shape, using obviously not the production materials here, but it had this mesh over the top. So I used this for the Atlas Mountain race, and I also used it for the Accursed race, and yeah, it was kind of proof of concept in, I guess, in a race situation. This one, we trialled a few different packs, clips on the back of the pack for the mesh. This one used like a bit of a magnetic clip, which wasn't that great, because I found when I had a load of weight in the back of the mesh, say we're going uphill or hit a bump pretty hard, the weight, if the weight transferred backwards, it would end up unclipping the clip, and so therefore for the final design, well, that was fed back to the product team. For the final design, they had have a more traditional kind of buckle on there, which works really well. You can see the compression straps here. They came all the way down the side from the back, whereas on the production one they sit underneath. So yeah, that development happened over time. Basically, having it underneath helped compact it down and pull the back tighter. So yeah, that was kind of some of the process. Also on the new pack, one of the key developments has been the new mounting system. So the new mounting system, this is really good. So it's got a pivot in it. So you've got 2 pivots. You've got one bolt here. It's quite tight at the moment, so I can't move it. One bolt here, and then one bolt on the clamp itself. And it also comes with different length support bars. And the good thing about this is you can sort of tailor it to your bike size. I found that I could run it really low. So on a mountain bike, for example, at the Alps Divide, I wanted it to be quite low, because it just puts the centre of gravity down. And also, one benefit I found for this over the cargo pack was that well, if you're running a dropper post, there's more space for the dropper. If you've got a really small frame, there's obviously more space under the saddle to fit it in. But I also found I could get off the back of the saddle. I wasn't running a dropper in Alps Divide because I ran the Redshift shock post, but I noticed a huge difference in kind of being able to get over the back of the saddle on some of the steeper, more technical descents. So yeah, this is I'd say this is a really good pack for mountain biking. And yeah, really love using it, and it's going to be a key kind of part of my kit going forward. So Tailfin now have 2 packs in their range, 2 rear packs that is. So that's the cargo pack, which is an evolution of their original aero pack with the mesh pockets on the side, and then this speed pack. So I guess the main question is, why would I choose one over the other, and what are the kind of circumstances around that? And I guess you can see clearly from here is volume. The cargo pack is pretty much twice the size of the speed pack, and it's also got the big opening on the top. So this one is, the cargo pack is certainly easier to pack stuff in. So I use this for the Silk Road mountain race, primarily because I had some bulkier items like a big down jacket. I had my a more in-depth sleep system, and to be honest, it's just easier to shove it all in the top on this particular one. The penalty is a bit of weight, so I weighed both of these before I went to Alps Divide, and actually this was around 250 grams lighter on my scale. The cargo pack has a bit of a steel tubed internal frame, whereas this is an aluminium one, so obviously that saves quite a bit of weight there. So yeah, so I'd use the speed pack for lighter kind of setups. So for example, Alps Divide, you could take a few more risks on kit. You don't need quite as much stuff as you do in Kyrgyzstan. So I'd probably take this, but you do have to be pretty careful with packing. It takes a bit more kind of organisation, much like a normal saddle pack on a traditional saddle pack that goes under the saddle. However, the huge benefit is that this is much more stable. You get all that mesh and extra volume on top, and also it's a bit more compatible with droppers and smaller frames. So yeah, so that's why I'd use a speed pack. Also use it for kind of like road or gravel, I think. Mainly for the aesthetic, it looks pretty cool and speedy, as the name suggests. The cargo pack I'd use for heavier touring applications, basically when you're just going to carry loads of stuff or more bulky stuff, where weight isn't necessarily as much as an issue, or for example Kyrgyzstan, where I just wanted ease of use. When it's -4 and it's 2 in the morning and you're up a mountain, you're trying to pack up or take out your camping gear. Sometimes it's, having a bit more weight is worth it just to make the job easier. So that's kind of the application I'd use this one for. But yeah, both really great products, and yeah, both got the expanding mesh, really flexible. Both fit on the same arch as well. So if you had one and wanted to upgrade to the other, you can just swap over the hardware on the arch at the bottom is exactly the same. So yeah, good products. I'll be using both of these as I sort of go into 2026. So yeah, hopefully that was useful. Thanks for watching, and catch you again in another video. See you soon.